To know or not know, that is the question, whether it's noble in the mind to suffer the instant arrows of outrageous difficulties, or to take arms against the sea of problems and by opposing solve them. Hello dear friends, I am glad to present you new scientific and informative debatable analytical channel, Universi and we. I would like that this channel helped us to deal together from the scientific, philosophical and informative point of view with subtleties of the structure of the universe in which we are. On the channel we together will be able to consider, for a start, various scientific knowledge from the field of physics, astronomy, astrophysics and geophysics, which are in the verge of scientific knowledge, and try to glance for this side, to investigate such scientific works as Maxwell and Lorentz electrodynamics, Einstein theories, to talk about the space, about time, to glance through a light barrier in the hyperspatial multi-universe, try to imagine God's space. Addresses for 280 million years ago in Earth's history, to discuss a hypothesis of the growing Earth and feature of the structure of its internal canal, existence of the magnetic field, to consider various physical paradoxes such as modern science can't explain, to look in a new way at the structure of stars, galaxies, galactic congestions, critically analyze the background radiation of the universe and redshift, and many other things. I would like that the discussions you paid attention that the truth is not born in a dispute, it is born only in a mutual research of the matter. This channel lives under auspices of the St. Petersburg office of the European Academy of Natural Sciences, which president is Vladimir Georgievich Teminsky, the doctor of philosophy, professor, magister of geological and mineralogical sciences, the member of Presidium of the Russian Academy of Natural Sciences, the academician of several foreign academies, the Knight of the Order of Malta, the member of editorial boards of many magazines. I very much hope that further we will not stop on the consideration only of the scientific question. I am in many respects solidary with the ingenious Newton, who considered that the science about the universe is much wider than her narrow materialistic understanding. Therefore, I would like to consider here also philosophical aspects of life. It seems to me very interesting to try to lift the life wheel, to live from the imposed stereotypes. On this basis of knowledge accumulated by mankind, we try to understand physical and philosophical laws which operate our world, to look what is behind the horizon. Much of what we will discuss is printed in my books translated to the main European languages and published in academic publications of the different countries. But I hope that as a result of our joint collective work, to which I even invite you, the new scientific truth will open. Our knowledge can be presented as a circle form. The area of the circle is that we know. The circle border is the limit of our knowledge. Everything that lies outside of the circle is what we don't know. However, a paradox in what the more we know, the more knowledge circle length is, the more we understand what we actually don't know. It is easy to track it in history of evolution of our scientific knowledge. All of us will remember that the earlier people considered that Earth stands on 3 elephants, elephants stand on a turtle. Well, no, and so on. It is also well known that antique and medieval scientists scarcely believed that Earth is in the center of the world and the sun and stars rotate around it attached to the crystal sphere of the firmament. Now it is ridiculous to us to hear it, and before dissidents were burnt on fires. Well, thank God that it does not threaten us. Before the beginning of the 20th century, nearly 250 years ago, there dominated the physics of the great English scientist and the philosopher Isaac Newton. At the end of the 19th century, many scientists conceded that nothing new in the science will be anymore, and its fundamental building is finally built. But at the end of the 90s and the beginning of the 20th century appeared Maxwell's electrodynamics, which is not entered in the fundamental theory of the Newton. But then such outstanding geniuses as Lorentz and Einstein created absolutely new physics. But after 100 years, in this physics appear more and more contradictions. Scientists joke that on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays they apply Einstein's theory, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays try to disprove it. When the English astrophysicist Arthur Eddington was asked whether the truth that only 3 persons understand Einstein's theory, he answered, "Well, of course not. I am understanding something in it, perhaps Einstein, and who is the third one?" Emergence of new physics was justified. Still, all equations described the processing happened in Earth, which concerning them with a motionless reference system. The electrodynamics equations of Maxwell went out of Earth, as electromagnetic waves of a light beam extend irrespectively of radiation source, which moves in space together with Earth, and it naturally demanded new physical approach. On it, dear friends, I will finish the presentation of our channel, which is, I hope, at first will live at least once a week. In the following release, we will start discussion and studying of the phenomena which are not fitting into modern standard physical model of our world. Goodbye. See you again.